Hey, good morning, friends. Marcos here, of course, with. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe B Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It's kind of overcast today. We're going to get some rain and stuff. But we're headed to the CSA show. And we're going to get some autographs, going to get some plaque signs, so that way we'll have some of those for giveaways for you guys. And shout out to Michael, because Michael took care of getting them all cut out on the CNC machine, and I appreciate it, son. I really, truly do. So we've got the Cowboys methodically trying to build a team. They ended up bringing in Sadiq Charles, who was a former commander, who started like 21 games for them, only 25 years old. And he retired for whatever reason last year when he went to Tennessee, and now he's back. Allegedly, he's looking like he's actually in really good shape. Now, by comparison, we had Chuma Igoda. Igoda ended up leaving in free agency, got another contract and stuff. Per Pro Football Focus, you would have to say that Igoda is a slight step down from Sadiq Charles. Now, I don't know if the Cowboys signed him or whatever, but when you compare what the Cowboys are doing this year versus last year, basically they ended up saying, we're going to replace all the people that we lost that were starters by the draft and undrafted free agents and guys we have on the roster, spare parts that we have. And that was a complete disaster. We had problems with health and so on. And I don't think the Cowboys are done. The Cowboys have been busy this offseason. Now, I'm curious from you, the fan, from your standpoint, is this going to give us a different result? Because I got Commander fans and I got Eagle fans and even the talking heads. Colin Cowherd took the 8, I think it's 8, it was 8.5, was the over and under. He's taking the under. And I'm sitting here thinking in my mind, if Dak Prescott stays healthy along with a few of the other players, we'll be better than 7 wins last year. We almost won 8. We should have beat the Bengals. If it had not been for the block punt where the guy touched it past the line of scrimmage, turning it over, we would have won 8 games right there. So we literally think that the team's going to be worse than last year. What's your thoughts on that, Mike? Are you ready to give a damn about the Cowboys, or are you just like, screw them?
I don't really care much.
Why not? You're the 3rd generation of Cowboy fan here.
And where have they done for me lately?
My dad cursed me with being a Cowboy. Blessed and cursed me with being a Cowboy fan.
But he saw 5 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah.
You saw 5 Super Bowl wins.
Yeah. Well, you're still young. I'm 60. Grandpa was 85. So, you got 50 more years.
And then you got Mr. Diva.
Mr. Diva who?
Who wants to overcharge people and not show up.
Oh, you talking about Dak? Oh, you mad at Dak?
I'm not.
You know what? I ain't mad at Dak, because what I've seen all this week is him out there running around, working, lifting weights. OTA start April 14th. So, that's a week and a half from now. I'm okay with him trying to get his body right. I've seen Dak quite a few times, and I saw him at training camp last year, and I'm good. I'm good with that. All I need to see from Dak is ready to rock and roll, and he's not the reason.
He better be ready to sit on that bench.
What? You think that Joe Milton's ready to take his place? It's amazing how now a 6th round draft. Have we
Cooper Rush was played decent.
Not decent enough for us to win very many games.
We won more games because we had him than without him.
Oh, are you becoming a Dak Prescott hater?
I mean, when was the last time we won a Super Bowl?
It wasn't okay. Dak wasn't here all 30 of the years.
He was here about 10 of them.
He's here 9 of them. And we did more winning with Dak than we did with anybody else in the last 30 years. Wow.
I need a Super Bowl.
Wow. My son has turned into a Dak Prescott hater.
Where's Jalen Hurts done? He went to
Jalen Hurts only. Hold on, wait a minute. You can't.
Jalen Hurts at least went to 2 Super Bowls.
You know, it's funny because people will say, we can't draft a running back because we're not going to pay Dak Prescott $60 million to hand off the football. That's literally what people have actually said in comments. That you don't draft a running back so Dak Prescott can just hand off the football.
I would love that if it went.
Jalen Hurts averaged 21 passes a game last year.
I would love that if it went
18 TD passes. That's it.
Oh, no.
Didn't even have 3,000 yards passing. That's exactly what Jalen Hurts did all the way to a Super Bowl.
And what did the Commanders do this year?
They have finally 1 year that after shit. Don't make me start cussing this morning.
I'm just saying though, Dak Prescott.
The last time the Commanders did anything was 1990.
At least they did something.
We won 3 Super Bowls since they did.
I'm talking about Dak Prescott.
Oh my God.
He has not made it to the championship round of the playoffs in the 10 years he's been here.
I'm gonna have to disown you.
I didn't like Tony Romo either, so I'm not a Dak Prescott hater, but I want more results than what we have.
Do you honestly believe that if we had put anybody else as quarterback for the Cowboys last year, we were going to win a Super Bowl?
I'm not even thinking about Super Bowls.
You just said it. You said you got to have one. I'm just saying that the shit stinks from the head to the tail. You can't sit here. You know, when I look at the Cowboys' great quarterbacks, I look at Troy Aikman and see how many Hall of Famers he had around him. We got Zach Martin and Tyron Smith. And in the course of the last 5 years, Tyron Smith has been out of the lineup more than he's been in the lineup.
What about Travis Frederick?
Travis Frederick, he's been out since 2018. Dak only had him for 3 years, and he came back for 1 year. Only 3 of the years. Our offensive line has been, I mean, we had Looney Tunes at center for a while, Joe Looney.
Oh, yeah, your cousin.
We had, Jason Peters, who was 40 freaking years old and couldn't pay more than 20 plays a game. You remember that, right? We had the governor, Connor McGovern, 3rd round pick that really never busted a grape. Connor Williams was okay. But other than, and then Terrence Steele, his rookie year was like a human turnstile. He had a good second year, got paid, and then tore his ACL. Then we had Lyle Collins, who missed the whole season with a bad hip, which was the reason why we had Terrence Steele as an undrafted rookie start during COVID. So there has not been any consistency on the offensive line. And in the last 5 years, as far as running the football, I think Zeke Elliott had 4.2 yards in 2021, and that's the last time he averaged more than 4 yards a carry. And only 1 year did you have 2 legitimate wide receivers, Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb as a rookie. The rest of the time, you had Michael Gallup on one leg, who was going downhill after having a great sophomore season in 2017, 2018, one of those years. You ended up having guys like Alan Hearns, what's his name, the kick returner that kept fumbling the football. Noah Brown, Cedric Wilson. I mean, you've had a bunch of guys. I don't see where we look at this and say we had loaded rosters and a great defense like, other teams like, say, I don't know, Kansas City or the Eagles.
What did Kansas City do? They choked.
Well, they've won several of them in there.
They choked.
I don't know about choke. Well,
they choked.
They have gotten older, and they've got not the same team that they had been.
They choked.
But you can't go, well, okay, but that team, I'm not trying to defend other teams, but that team has done a hell of a lot over the course of the last 6 years. in comparison to the Cowboys. But yeah, they got beat up by a team that was healthy and better at that point. Kansas City was winning games with smoke and mirrors last year.
Yeah, because the referees were helping them.
That's true too.
It's rigged to a point.
But we ain't had anything near those teams. Tom Brady, when he went to Tampa Bay and had Ndamukong Suh, it's so bad that right now, had the Cowboys signed Calais Campbell at 38 years old, he would have been the best interior defensive lineman we'd would have had in the last 15 years. That's how bad our defensive line was. We had a team that we lost two. People say, well, Dak wasn't playing good. We had 2 games where our defense could not force a punt. We could not stop the opposition at all. But yet, it's only Dak, though, right? Okay.
Well, he's part of the team.
He's part of the team, but he's not the sole part of the reason we lost. You want to blame the losses, man. You got to go through and say, Jerry Jones, you got to get the man the tools to succeed. I don't know, man. Well, so what's your solution then? Joe Milton?
There ain't no fixing the Cowboys.
You may have it right there. You may have it right there. Wow. So much for this morning being a great morning.
Well, at least that bum's not here, so we're good.
Did you just call him a bum?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I wanted to charge $125 for 3 words on top of the autograph.
Trevor Lawrence was $275 last year.
That's cheaper than what Dak is. That's cheaper than Dak. Dak's close to 3. If you don't include even without the 3 words. And well, Trevor Lawrence was the same too. It has to be licensed merchandise.
Well, that's a new thing. I think the NFL has done that because they're trying to sell more stuff, and that's athletes first. I think that's their thing. When they're your agent, they're gonna make sure that the price is up there.
How come Schoolmakers is not doing that, or
he's probably not? He's probably not athletes first. All right, David Wiley's calling me. Peace.